Alright, and hello everyone, welcome to Xbox America's Tuesdays. And we are here at Bahrain. Welcome everyone to qualifying here in Bahrain for Xbox America's Tuesdays. My name is Professor Phil. Here to commentate once again, so it just gets everything else set up here. And let's see, the first driver out on track. It's Corrido, as usual. Let's check in with Sergeant. Alright, sorry there, just getting settled in. We have a Sergeant who's starting a flying lap. Let's see, going into turn 1, goes a little deep and kind of misses that first apex. Upshifts early through corners 2 and 3 to make sure the rear steer is nice and planted. And going through turn 4, a little wide on that apex, but has a good line on the exit. Chooses not to take a lot of curb there, and also drifts wide. Setup looks really understeery, just from taking a few couple corners as instance, but that could just be a higher fuel load, or maybe the tires weren't fully warmed up. DRS wide open. Already choosing to go as wide as possible. Again, chooses to take no curb. That looked like a little bit of a wiggle coming through there. Does a good job to take the apex nicely on that penultimate corner. And there's a lot of time to be gained on this last corner in particular. Does hit that apex nicely and doesn't run wide at the exit. And let's see. Does well to go second with the 27.9. Corrido does a 27.1, which is pretty fast. And Harm Assist, and the other Ferrari does the 27.6, what's second fastest. Looks like Jake Queller is on a lap, and it goes 4th with a 29.2, so that's definitely a little bit behind the pace to begin with. Rockman is currently on a lap, and so is Sublime. And I think that was Flowery who goes 6th with a 25.9. Let's see what Rockman's going to do as he comes around the final corner. Doesn't go too wide. And it's going to go 3rd with a very solid time of a 27.8. Tito on a flying lap. Sparty is just coming out of the pits, and Sharky comes in. Sub, DRS Open, finishing the first lap, goes 2nd fastest. That's an amazing time with a 27.1, just 600ths behind Corrido. So that's got to give great confidence for at least this first lap. And Tom goes 9th, and Porsche goes quickest overall with a 27.0. So it puts a solid 10th in between himself and Corrido. So it's definitely looking close. Who is that just there? It looks like Fox went 7th fastest with a 28.9. Tito about to set a time. And they go 7th with a 28.3. And I think Flowery Page just got up to 29.2. So let's see, Sparty now on an outlap. Very close behind one of the Alfa Romeos. Might get, you know, we'll definitely get a little bit of a tow. But hopefully, let's see, Rockman doesn't get too much in the way. Oh, Sparty takes a lot of curb. And there's a Ferrari right behind him. I think that's Sargent who's just on an outlap. Oh, very wide through there. See, a couple of these corners that are connected is if you have a bad line going into one, it really throws off the rest of your momentum for the rest of them. As Corrido goes 0.4 faster than Porsche with a 26.6. So clearly found a lot of time left in the lap. Sparty takes it nice and tidy through that left-hander. Had to lift just a little bit through there, as you sometimes have to do if you feel like the car is getting away from you. Hopefully this car doesn't get in the way. One of the Haas, it looks like. Takes the last corner nicely. Rides a little bit on the grass. And puts himself 9th with a 28.5. And I think that was Sharky who goes 5th with a 27.5. Shady now in the mediums. It's going to try to make everyone else look bad. I should actually look at the tires. So Tito did the fastest medium time of a 28.3 on mediums. Of course, as I say that shit, he gets a purple in Sector 1. And does really well to hit the corner on the apex. Goes all the way right to carry as much speed through the left-hander. Now this corner can be really tricky to keep flat on the mediums, but does well, seems easy, and this Ooh, almost invalidates, but is up 6 seconds on his previous time, which will put him, I think, somewhere around the 28s, I believe. But there's probably still a lot of time left. And coming across the line, goes 6th fastest on the medium tire, so I mean that's a very respectable time with everyone else being on softs. So that could be really interesting going forward into the race. Sparty is invalidated and is coming in. And a lot of other people on outlaps. Oh, I thought Porsche was out. Sorry, I'm having some pizza time. I thought Porsche was out just by looking at that as he was parked awkwardly on the road. Oh, well, he did spin. He's got no front wing. Porsche, you can't do that. You can't set a quicker lap without a front wing. Yeah, pull over. Stay there. Retire the car. Doesn't burn out. Look at this guy. Who does this guy think he is? I tell ya. Alright, sorry there. Got freelance time on a lap. Going through turns 9 and 10 now. I looked a little late to switch on the DRS. He's over a second and a half up on his previous time, so oh, he's out of fuel, so I think he's just going in. And Tito's invalidated and out of fuel. And this looks like maybe Sharky's finishing a lap. Goes 6th fastest, the 27.1. Just 600ths off of harm assist in the Ferrari. Brockman 2 2.25 tenths better on his previous time. So right now that would just put him around near Alonso, I think. As Mr. Nass gets out of the way just barely. And Alonso also gets out of the way. Now 3 tenths up. So still gonna, ooh, almost invalidates there. So still gonna be around the Alonso area. Try to hop on with Alonso as Shady goes fastest. Decided he didn't want to give Carrito pole position. So does a lap on the soft tires. Rockman loses some tenths in the final corner and only manages to stay 13th. With just over a minute left, let's see how Alonso does on his final flying lap. Well, a little shaky coming out of turns 2 and 3. DRS open. One of the Alfa Romeos getting a lot of people getting away, except almost Shady turns in on him. And now the yeah, so it looks like Sargent is on a lap. It's cool now. Has to get out of the way. So Sargent's on a lap, and so is Alonso, but they're relatively close. And I think these other guys might be trying to make the line with 30 seconds left. So we'll see what happens here. Oh, looks like Sargent goes really wide. So let's see, qualifying's over. Alonso improves up to 7th place, just hundredths away from harm assist. Let's oh, it's cool as going into the pit. Tom is 10th up. Oh, Saplan gets a 5-place grid penalty for colliding with Porsche and Shady. What? No idea what that was. Can Fox do anything more? No. And that is qualifying over. I have no idea what happened between Porsche, Shady, and Sub there. Yeah, Shady got pole, and Creedy got second. I don't know how it's any different from another week, but yeah. Congrats to them. They continue to just kill it at qualifying. Cool gets third place, and Porsche in fourth with Sub behind, and Tom in sixth with Alonso seventh. Harmesis gets a good eighth place with Sharky in ninth, and Zanger in the top 10. And we're going to get started here on the formation lap soon. Oh, as Shady doesn't want to get going. Oh, and Shady's been disqualified. Uh-oh. And so is Porsche. Bunch of knuckleheads. Gotta go. Trying to save their tires. Nothing of the sort, but just a bunch of knuckleheads. Well, let's check and see. So everyone outside the top 10, except for Mr. Nez and Toger, are starting on the mediums. Everyone in the top 10 starting on their used mediums, which are definitely going to go away pretty fast around here. As more people get disqualified for not leaving enough room. Alright, and oh, just waiting for Toger to get up to the back of the grid. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights were out. And let's see, Shady's got really cold tires. Credo and everyone else is already getting a way better start. And it's chaos going into turn 1. Oh, and that looked like a bit of a bump from one of the Ferraris to the Alfa Romeo. But it seems like we all lived. No one spun. And oh, and then I spoke too soon. I think that's a... Oh, no, we're still alive. I think that might have been going wide, and maybe not a spin. So far, we're all pointing in the same direction, so that's a positive outcome. Let's see. Sargent did a good job to get his elbows out. Rockman's still under pressure. Ooh. Definitely sounded like some body work. And now he gets repassed Rockman. Let's try to take a look back up at the front still. Cool has had an amazing start. And Shady is all the way back down into 4th place after tires being virtually frozen. And Porsche has fallen them all the way back to 10th with the same issue. And he's going to go and make the move on Sub right now. He's going to try. And Sub leaves the room. Shady losing a lot of room between him and Tom, as Jake Quella gets a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. And Sharky goes a little wide. And it looks like Rockman and Jake Collar both got damage. Oh, and it looks like, oh. Something big happened there. Alonso fell all the way back from Sharky, so looks like there's a small incident. Oh, this is all just getting really tangled. I don't know if Tito has damage. But this certainly looked like some type of error somehow from Alonso, as the Ozons goes into the back of Tito there. As Shady now gets past Tom. Well, Tom. Oh, as Shady immediately goes off, and is lucky to have kept it going, but he's not trying to rejoin the track safely, and will obviously have to pit. That is huge. And he gets a 10-second time penalty. So he's going to fall all the way back to the grid and have to box for new tires. That's massive. And has to go off track again. That is huge. So let's see, can Carrito now start to apply any more pressure to Cool? Can Tom bring himself there? All just outside of the DRS zone. Porsche is kind of now in no man's land. Oh, and Sharky has dropped it as well. These soft tires do not last a long time on this track. And so now he'll need to box too. Let's see if Sub can do anything interesting on flyer page. Trying to get nice and close to that Alfa Romeo. Still has plenty of battery left. Flowery trying to use it to pull away. But he's still got DRS on Tito. Sharky going into the pit now. Zanger and Harmus is getting pretty close. Oh, Flower Page getting a little wiggly there. And Porsche still trying to do his best to close up the gap, but well, Credo now is within, just barely within the DRS zone of Cool, and does get it. Tom's gonna hope that if they start to battle, he can then try to catch up to just that little bit more to get also within Carrito's DRS. Oh, as we have, there's another yellow flag, and I think that's Harm Assist who spun in a very similar place to I forget who it was actually earlier already. Cool, still doing his best job possible to hold off Corrido. Ooh, that looked like a lot of curb though from that corner. And he's fallen outside of 1 second again. These tires are definitely at the end of their life cycle. They can only really do about 7 laps. Maybe 8 or 9 on lower fuel. Shady all the way down in 18th. With a lot of work to do to try to even catch up. He's gonna hope for a safety car. Corrido's still outside of a second. Freelance Tom needed an excuse now to use the battery. It's right at this moment. He's got the opportunity to actually catch Corrido and then get within the DRS. Go, go, go! Perfect. That should be within it. Let's see. He does get the DRS. And that's really crucial because Corrido doesn't have it on cool. But now also Corrido has no DRS to defend with. So now Tom has to be strategic in where he overtakes Corrido because he doesn't want to overtake him into the first corner. He could just because then he'll just re-overtake at that point. Or he uses his battery to undercut him. Honestly, that wouldn't be a bad idea for Porsche to pit this lap to maybe try to undercut and close this gap to the top 3 a little bit more. Let's see, Tom is trying to line this up. He's being smart, saving the battery, just using the power of the DRS to stay closer to Corrido, who's not been able to save any whatsoever. Oh, and Cool's dropped it! This corner has already cut a lot of people out. And the soft tires are definitely going. Is Tom going to box this lap? Or is Corrido? And Tito gets a 10-second time penalty. Tom is going to get past. Whoops. But now can Tom uses enough of his battery to stay ahead so Corrido doesn't re-overtake him? And Cool and Porsche going side by side. Yeah, Corrido has no battery left, so he can't get close enough to Tom. As Tito then also speeds in the pit lane. So unfortunate for Cool. He's doing such a great job, but the tires just gave up on him clearly. Sparty trying to get into the top 10. Whoa, it goes really wide as it maybe looks like Toger hit the brakes slightly early. So let's see, Zanger's the earliest person who's boxed in 13th place. Everyone else still behind with Jake Queller and Shady and Sharky. They've all boxed recently. We have to assume, oh, a lot of people still on the soft, still staying out. feeling Tom's already pulling a really nice gap between him and Carrito. Carrito not able to use the DRS or the to regain any of his battery. Porsche still trying to claw back his way into P2 after having a really bad start. And Toger pits now. And it's going to be close with Shady. But Shady does get past and somewhat gets back into the mix of things. So who's going to blink first and box? Tom chooses to stay out. Carrito's going to box. Oh, but he speeds! Carrito got a 5-second penalty. So Flaherty is the first runner out on the mediums. Oh, something just happened. Looks like that was Toger who maybe took a spin. So now we gotta keep an eye on Tom as we look at the interval. Carrito will all those medium runners, but we have to keep an eye on this gap. If it gets below or near 22 seconds, that's going to be more troublesome for Freelance Tom coming out of the pits. As now Sparty is right in front of Carrito. And Tom chooses to stay out another lap, surprisingly. And I think laps Toger there. Oh, and the harm assist has gone off. So Porsche and Alonso now both in the pit. Porsche going for a set of soft tires. Alonso going for the mediums. Oh, and Sparty! I don't know what happened there. Porsche now getting past Cool quite easily on those brand new soft tires. Carrito about 22 seconds away, 23 seconds. Flyer having a great run so far on a stint to meet on these medium tires. Tom still doesn't pit, so he's got to be trying to make the one stop work. I think everyone else is trying to go for a 2. A sub now pits. So now Tom is the last soft tire runner from the start of the race. As Carrito sets a fastest lap on the mediums. As Alonso gets past Zanger. Oh, and Sublime comes out of the pits, and Fox hangs it around the outside. But this should be a pretty easy battle for Sub, having 10 lap fresher tires than Fox. Sparty going for the hard tire. So going to comfortably go to the end of the race. Let's see if Sub can get the traction necessary out of the DRS zone. This Tom finally goes into the pit. And definitely going to get passed by Corrido, I think. Yep. I think waited a lap or two too long, but I mean, he might be trying to go on those tires to the end, but we'll see. Porsche will definitely have to pit again. So Sub actually, oh no, sorry, Fox has the box still. But it's these top two, we're definitely going to have a good run at the end if they're really extend these mediums and then go to softs. I'd say probably softs in another 6 laps, but that is quite a lot of laps on the mediums. I don't know if that was Flowery just checking the grip still. And Corrido all the while is just closing up the gap, using up that tire advantage. Luckily, Freelance Tom just has to stay within 5 seconds in order to take away Corrido's position. We'll see how good of a defense Sargent can put up against Corrido. Let's see, is Corrido going to try to make a move down this corner? I mean, he's got no ERS, and Sargent doesn't really have a lot to use to defend. Sargent goes over, and Sargent is actually going to box this lap. Oh, and Fox gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit. Zanger pretty close to Alonso right now. He is going to have the DRS on him. But the problem is Sakhir does have tires that are 3 laps older than Alonso's right now. And actually Alonso has no battery. And it seems like Sakhir has plenty. So we're just actually about to approach half distance. It's going to be quite a while if Crudo's going to try to do the rest of the race on those mediums. That actually goes for most people running still. Tom has some of the freshest tires near the lead. I don't know if he's going to try to go for just the one stop and make these mediums try to go all the way to the end. He is catching Carrito, just ever so slightly. Ooh, as he almost loses it, taking some curb there. And another 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Sakhir still not choosing to make a move on Alonso. More choosing to save the battery and let Alonso kind of run it out. Porsche so close to the top 2 again. I think Porsche still actually has to go to the mediums, because I believe he went soft. Let me check actually. Yeah, soft. So Porsche will definitely have to pit again. But, I mean, that could still work out. It's not, you know, it doesn't say that the mediums are going to last, or at least not last well. Will Sakhir make a move this time, or just continue to take Alonso's DRS? Still doesn't use the battery, and Alonso is 100% out. Oh, and Alonso goes deep into turn 1. That's going to really compromise his exit. And now Sakhir uses just a little bit of the battery just to get that a little bit closer. He wants to overtake what you see in the DRS, which is smart to be conservative. But at the same time, he's you know, if you can go faster than someone in front of you, probably want to go faster. But with 12 laps to go, there's still plenty of time left for pit stops and other things to happen during this race. Trying to see some other battles happening up and down the field. Mr. Naz is within striking distance of Flowery Page, but on already old softs, he's going to want to pit sometime soon. Oh, and I think Zanger finally actually makes the pass on Alonso there. Ooh, not gently. Going through turn 1. Oh, as I think that's Toger who's probably had to spun one more time. Alonso gets right in Zanger's gearbox. I'm really wondering when Porsche is going to pit. Oh, so it looks like Toger is spun at turn 1. Alonso's trying to get back into the realm. Oh, and Porsche actually pits right now. So now he has to do the last 10 laps on mediums. And we'll see how far back behind this puts him to Carrito. It's also going to put him pretty far behind the field. Looks like he might get in front of Flowery. Oh, maybe not. He almost sends it on the inside. That was pretty close. So let's see. 26 seconds behind Carrito. But on 9 lap fresher tires. So hopefully in this next DRS zone he can get past Flowery, who's on some slightly used hards. And Shady has worked his way up back into only 10th place after that disastrous start. And spinning out of turn 2. And Porsche makes that easy move in the middle DRS zone to get past Flowery. So this is going to give good clean air. So hopefully in another maybe a lap or so, that should put him on the bubble if anyone else pits, but it seems like the likes of Sub and Alonso and definitely Tom, they might be okay until the end of the race. Carrito and Cool and Zanger, I feel like, are definitely more at risk of a puncture. Cool, just outside the 5-second bubble to Carrito, who does have a 5-second time penalty. And Toger is retired in Sector 3, and that's finally brought out a safety car. The first one all race. Wow. So let's see. Oh, as there goes Toger. So Carrito's gonna box, then everyone's gonna box for softs. Well, this will definitely be helpful to a fair amount of people. But anyone who has penalties is probably more so gonna lose out, since more people will be bunched up. And Porsche gets a drive-through penalty. It's been a tough day for him here. Man, not for nothing. I could have used some of this luck on Sunday. And Shady boxes also for a new set of softs. Might have to keep an eye on him for the restart. Could see a pretty catastrophic send. As I'm not sure how Tom got past Carrito. I'm not sure why that happened. So let's also check on the penalties. So Porsche has to do a drive-through. Shady has 10-6. Oh, that's right, because Carrito had to. He served 5 seconds in the pit. So Shady still has to serve 10 seconds worth of penalties. Sharky has 3. Rockman has 6. Fox has 8 still. Wow, but that's pretty bad for Porsche to get a drive-through. And yeah, the biggest loser right now is actually it looks like Harm Assist, who's gone down 10 places, but along with that is also Shady, who's gone down 8. And it looks like the biggest gains have been Zanger and Mr. Naz, who have both gained 5 places. Pretty good that made it 20 laps before even the first safety car, or even virtual safety car. It took a little while for these last 3 to finally catch up. Alright, maybe the safety car will get called in this lap. As the last 3 are just coming up to the back of the pack now, and it is. So Tom is going to have to do a some kind of sneaky restart. And he goes now, and Cool gets a fantastic jump on Carrito. And everyone, and Carrito loses a place. Doesn't look like anyone's really tangling over each other yet. This Sparty's going almost off track. Going side by side with Rockman. Rockman goes deep, almost goes into the back of the other Aston Martin. but gets through okay. There's already a bit of a gap. Oh, Fox goes down the inside of Sargent, and that gets a little squirrely there. Ooh, that was more contact. Credo now going to try to get past these two front runners. Cool having a unfortunate spin at the start, but has played it strategically to get himself back into P2, and with an amazing start on from the safety car. Credo using a lot of battery. Cool just turning his on now, just at the very second, to make sure Credo doesn't do a dive bomb. And Credo thankfully doesn't. It'll be interesting to see if him and Tom can maybe work together to get away from Credo. But Credo is known to have pretty significant pace, but also can be quite dangerous and reckless with the overtakes. And still, oh, never mind. Oh, as looks like Rockman is taking a spin, and Porsche's done his drive-through. He's so far back. That's so tough. Tom being able to breathe at least a little bit with Cool separating him and Corrido. But he's still gonna have to push like crazy, because once the DRS is activated, there's not a whole lot of defense he'll be able to do. Corrido definitely using more. Alonso trying to get in Zinger's mirrors a little bit. Already it looks like he's on less than 10%, so he's used a ton of battery, and so is Zanger. Oh, and Cool tries to go for the move, as so did Corrido. They go side by side. But Cool yields still and gives the position back to Tom. I think Cool doesn't mind staying behind Tom longer, but obviously he's being pressured behind from Corrido. And Larry Page makes a send up the inside Shady. Sorry I didn't catch that earlier. Shady's going to get a good exit from that apex. Can't make anything happen quite there. As we come back onto this train. And it's only getting bigger with Alonso and consequently Sublime closing back up to the top three. As Shady gets a 3-second time penalty. And Corrido wants to make a move. Well, he's hits the curb pretty hard. I believe DRS is going to be activated this left. Oh, it's already activated. So battery's almost out. Ooh, Cool goes to the inside, and so is Shady. This is going to be tricky. Corrido actually being quite cautious and gets the switchback done on Tom. Tom does have the DRS now, and Cool does not. And Corrido makes a good pass. Can't deny it. He did a good job on the switchback to get through to Tom. So now, let's see though. He is out of battery though, and Tom does have some more. But Corrido, or Cool, sorry, is well, he's got plenty of battery left, so he's may be able to pull away actually. And he just needs to pull away long enough for Tom to kind of make a move himself. Oh, his Sanger got out of shape, taking a lot of curb. Yeah, Credo's light's already blinking. But that DRS is so powerful that, you know, Tom is just kind of staying within range. And it looks like Alonso got past Sublime. And is Alonso going to make or sorry, Shady got past Sublime. Alonso trying to make a move on Zanger. Shady looks to go down the inside of his teammate. And luckily they don't make contact, but that definitely looked a little close. Can Credo get any closer? No. Only about two and a half more laps left. It looks like Rockman has spun, and hopefully that means Porsche won't be absolutely last on track. Oh, no, still looks like he might be. Let's see. 4/10 away from Cool. Just using the power of the DRS. He goes to the inside, and he's going to make that move stick. But Cool now is going to have the DRS coming up here. And with a lot less battery left, oh, he's so much. The speed he gets through. And easily retakes the position there, so Credo should have just waited for the second time, if you know, maybe gain just a little bit of battery. But he just tends to spend it more often than not. I think Tom is maybe just waiting for the most opportune moment where maybe these front two tangle and he can sneak through and perhaps claim the win. As we have another yellow flag, and it looks like it's harm assist. As this group of 5 now is definitely getting really close, with Alonso and Sublime not that far themselves. So Credo now directly behind, but still no battery to use. And the same thing with Tom. It's going to make the move. We're on to the last lap now. Everyone's out of battery. It's just all going to be a DRS strategy of who can pass when. Let's see, can Cool do the same exact thing? Credo's going to go to the inside. He's going to go to the out. And Credo does leave him room, and he makes a move around the outside in turn 4 in the last lap. Will Cool be able to hold it off for the win? Let's see, Tom is pushing Credo around the track at this point. And already that's going to kind of lose the momentum towards Cool. He's got a little bit of battery, but Cool is already out. How much does Tom have? Tom barely has any himself. If this was any time for a Maki Bomb, I guess of all moments it would be right now. Everyone say a prayer for Cool. I don't think he's not close enough, not even nearly. Doesn't look like anyone else is going to do any sense. So on track, it is going to be Cool to take the win with Credo in second place, Tom to get a podium finish, Zanger in 5th, and Alonso in P5. Sub gets pushed up to 6 along with Flower Page in 7th, Sharky in 8th. Sargent gets to P9, and with Shady's penalties, he gets pushed all the way down into P10. Sparty finishes the race in P11. Mr. Naz comes in at P12. Jay Cooler in 13th. Porsche doing the best he can. He had a rough race and finishes P14. Fox in 15th, Rockman in 16th, and Harmacist in 17th. Once again, congrats to Cool and also Corrido and Tom. That was a really good battle at the end. Actually, I mean, I really should say throughout. It was really clean, a lot of it, and there was definitely a fair amount of strategy. But obviously, that safety car at the end kind of threw it all out the window. So Cool, having a great qualifying, starting third, and then finishing in the top spot. Corrido serving a 5-second penalty in the pits did put him kind of on the back foot, but had a clean race and finished in second place. Tom in P3 had a really solid drive coming all the way from P5 and just making up 2 places. Zanger coming from P9 to finish top 4. Alonso again P5. Sublime P6 doing great, gaining 4 places. Flyer Page in 7th, Sharky in 8th, Sargent in 9th, and Shady in 10th. Ooh, definitely lost out the most with the penalties. Once again, thanks to everyone for watching. My name's Professor Phil, and